Hello friends, welcome to the point. So here we'll be discussing about Pradhan Mantri Kisan Urja Suraksha Evam Uttam Maha Abhiyam Yojana 2020. So the reason for discussing about this topic is we have got an editorial recently in our Hindu paper. So this is about PM Kusum, which will shine when it is implemented fully. So we'll be discussing about what are the objectives of this scheme, that is Yojana, what are these objectives, what are the benefits. So when it is implemented, what will be the success and at what level will be the success. So but all those things we'll be discussing in this topic. So recently central government, it came out with guidelines for implementation of feeder level solarization. So the eligibility for participation in the centralized tender, it has also been amended to allow a joint venture of manufacturer of solar pump, panel and solar pump controller with integrators to bid. But the fact is that manufacturers, they lack workforce in the field and they are dependent on local integrators for this purpose. So which has caused the delay in installation of solar pumps. So that is also the reason we are discussing about this topic. And once the solar panels are completely launched in every field and every farmer gets the power out of it, the benefits will be too high when compared to the old techniques, those which are being used in these days. Kisan Urja Suraksha Evam Uttam Maha Abhiyan. So in short it is called as KUSUM. So the farmer focus of this Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Kusum, it has given a fillip to the farmer oriented scheme involving decentralized solar power production of up to 28,250 megawatt over a period of 5 years, and this is known as Kusum scheme. So the Kisan Urja Suraksha Evam Uttam Maha Abhiyam scheme, it would provide an additional income. So this provides an additional income to the farmers. So by giving them the option to sell additional power to the grid through solar power projects which is set up on barren lands. So the government's budget for 2020 and 2021, it expands the scope for the scheme. So with 20 lakh farmers to provide assistance to install stand-alone solar pumps, and another 15 lakh farmers, they will be given help to solarize their grid connected pump sets, and they enable farmers to set up solar power generation capacity on their fallow or barren lands and to sell it to the grid. So while all this was happening, it also generated a serious debate on depleting water tables. So as an environmentalist said, anything that is available free of cost, it has also its disadvantages. So what are the objectives of Kusum and what happens when there are similar schemes already existing in the states? We'll discuss about it. So there are also few schemes which is equal to Kusum and it is existing in the state level. So PM Kisan, it consists of 3 components and it aims to add a solar capacity of 30.8 gigawatts by 2022. So it has 3 components. The component A is 10,000 megawatt of decentralized ground mounted grid that is connected to renewable power plants. And component B is installation of 2 million stand-alone solar powered agricultural pumps. And component C is solarization of 1.5 million grid connected solar powered agriculture pumps. So the total center financial support it provides under the scheme would be around 34,000 crore. So the objectives are it promotes decentralized solar power production. So it reduces the transmission losses. So it is grid connected and there will be no transmission loss, and the support the financial health of DISCOMs by reducing the burden of subsidy to agriculture sector. So it helps states to meet the RPOs, that is the renewable purchase obligation targets, and it promotes the energy efficiency and water conservation. It provides water security to farmers through provision of assured water sources through solar water pumps, both at the off-grid and grid connected. So it provides reliable power to utilize the irrigation potential that is created by state irrigation departments, and it fills the void in solar power production in the intermediate range between rooftops and large parks. So now let's see the benefits of this PM Kusum. So this scheme, it will open a stable and continuous source of income. So the scheme will open a stable and continuous source of income to the rural landowners for a period of 25 years by utilization of their dry or cultivable land. So in the cultivated fields, they are chosen for setting up solar power project, and the farmers could continue to grow crops as the solar panels are to be set up above a minimum height. So there is no wastage of land also. So scheme would ensure that sufficient local or solar or other renewable energy based power it is available for feeding rural load centers and agriculture pump set loads, and this requires power mostly during the daytime. So as these power plants will be located closer to agricultural loads or to electrical substations in a decentralized manner, it will result in reduced transmission losses for STUs and DISCOMs. So the solar pumps will save the expenditure that is incurred on diesel for running diesel pump, and it provides the farmers a reliable source of irrigation. Provides the farmers a reliable source of irrigation through solar pump. Apart from preventing harmful pollution from running diesel pump. So doesn't it sounds to be brilliant? But the success it lies in implementation of PM Kusum scheme. So the consensus between the center as well as the state, it is the key to the success of this decentralized solar power scheme. And any reform in India's power space, it cannot take place unless there is a consensus between center as well as state and stakeholders. Until then, it will be like a half-baked cake, we can say. So according to the ministry, India has 30 million agriculture pumps. So out of which 22 million are electric and 8 million are diesel operated. So electricity for agriculture is highly subsidized and it is often termed as the main cause for rapid groundwater depletion and poor financial position of DISCOMs. So the annual electricity consumption for agriculture is around 200 billion units. So which is 18% of total electricity consumption. And also this COVID-19, it did the slow process during the first half of 2020 and 2021, but now it's again on track. And for effective implementation and serious participation by stakeholders, the scheme should be more attractive in terms of benchmark prices in the weaves of challenges on account of higher cost of implementation and comprehensive maintenance. So I'd like to conclude this topic by telling that this scheme will have a substantial environmental impact in the terms of savings of carbon dioxide emissions. So all three components of the scheme, when it is combined together, it is likely to get a result in saving of about 27 million tons of carbon dioxide emission per annum. So per annum, when this scheme is implemented, we can save about 27 million tons of carbon dioxide emission. So which means the pollution also gets reduced. Further, the component B of the scheme on the stand-alone solar pumps. So it results in saving 1.2 billion liters of diesel per annum and associated savings in foreign exchange due to reduction of import of crude oil. So the scheme, it has direct employment potential. So beside increasing self-employment, the proposal is likely to generate employment opportunity equal to 6.31 lakh job years for a skilled and unskilled workers. So let's have a gist about this scheme PM Kusum. So initially 27.5 lakh solar water pumps will be distributed to the farmers, and then 17.5 lakh pumps it will be installed off grid to aid irrigation needs to the farmers in remote location. And once it is installed, the farmers can sell surplus solar power generated off grid to DISCOMs to earn 60,000 annually for per acre of land they have. And once a farmer is given 2.7 lakh solar water pumps, when it is distributed among the farmers, and this 10 lakh pumps, it will be installed in locations where grid is available along with solarization of existing pumps. And this grid connected solar power plants of up to 2 megawatt capacity each will be installed in rural areas. So these are the main features of the scheme. So for more updates on current affairs, keep watching our YouTube channel. Thank you.